Hi everybody, I just wanted to make this quick video to show you how to use the homework matrix form to do one of the problems on the worksheet that will be due next week. So we're going to work on worksheet 2B, problem 3D, and I've already filled out that information and my name on the form. So let's look at that problem. So here's worksheet 2B, and we'll scroll down to section 3 and problem D. So the problem is 15.3 feet, and if you look at number 3 up here at the top, it tells you what you're doing. Convert each of the following to meters. So we're going to need to convert 15.3 feet into meters. So that's the first thing to do, is go to the top of the form and write down the given information. So that's pretty straightforward. The problem gave us the information of 15.3 feet. The next thing to do is come over here to the right hand side of the form and write what we're going to be trying to find. Well, the problem said convert each of the following to meters, so we're going to be trying to find meters. It's pretty straightforward. So now we'll just be on the form and we'll be able to do it from there. So it's nice, this layout is because you start with this information and work toward meters. So we always generally want to work the way our language and writing naturally works, which is left to right, top to bottom. So we'll start in the top left hand side and work toward the right hand side, and then eventually our answer will end up, as we do things, we'll work down the page, so it'll end up down here in the bottom right hand side of the page. So the next thing to do is to gather additional information. So we know that we are given this information and we need to somehow turn that into meters, so we might need to gather some additional information. And if you know it right away, that's fine. Otherwise, you might sort of figure out you need more information as you go, but as you look up each additional thing that you're going to need, go ahead and write it here in the conversions, equations, or constants needed. So anything that you look up in the book or on another sheet, go ahead and write that here in the conversions, equations, or constants needed box. So for me, I know that I'm going to need some conversion factors, and a good source for that, your textbook has a lot. The back cover of the textbook has a bunch. Lots of different places you could look. But I'm going to go ahead and use, since we use this a lot at Fresno City College, I'm going to use what we call the yellow sheet. And it has on one side common conversions and constants for chemistry courses at Fresno City College. And the other side is a periodic table. So that it's a good, useful sheet of paper to have. And I'll hand these out in class if you haven't gotten one already. Okay, so what I would be doing is looking on here for conversions or constants that might help me solve this problem. So really at first, anything with feet and meters related. I don't have to use everything here. These are just things that might help me solve the problem. So I see right away, hey, I can convert from meters to inches with this one. So I'm going to write that one down. 1 meter equals 39.37 inches. Okay, that doesn't convert directly from feet to meters, but do I know a conversion from inches to feet? Well, sure, I know that one myself, but I can also find it on this form. If I go down a little further, I see that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. And that'll actually be enough to solve this problem, so I won't keep looking, but if you wanted, there are many other conversions, many other pathways that you could go to get back and forth. There's an inches to centimeters conversion you could use if you needed it. It's really common. 1 inch is exactly equal to 2.54 centimeters. That's an exact conversion. So the definition of an inch, actually, there's of course conversions from centimeters to meters. Remember that centi is equal to 10 to the negative 2. That's what centi means. So 1 centimeter is equal to 10 to the negative 2 meters. I won't need those in this problem. I can do it with just these two conversions. But that's all information I could use if I wanted to convert between feet and meters. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and work our way down the problem. Next step is this information here at the bottom of the given info box. If you don't know the answer to these right away, then you don't have to fill them out. But I do know the answer, so I'm going to go ahead and fill it out. The question is there addition and subtraction in this problem? and is there multiplication or division in this problem. And there will be multiplication and division because this is a conversion type problem. So I know that ahead of time, and there won't be addition and subtraction. So the answer would be no, there's not addition and subtraction. So then if there is multiplication and division in this problem, what I need to do is I need to go through this information just to begin with and count the number of sig figs in each given piece of given information in the problem. So this one has 1, 2, 3 significant figures. So there's three significant figures given in this problem. And that's important right now because that's probably going to be the number of significant figures that I need to report in my answers. We could check our conversions as well. This conversion is a 4 sig fig conversion, and this conversion here would be an exact conversion because it's the definition of a foot is 12 inches. So definition conversions are exact. This one actually is just rounded off between the English and metric system. And if you notice actually on this yellow sheet, we have that information given for you. Notice that in the 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters, that's an exact conversion, that's stated. This one up here doesn't state that, so you should assume that you have to count sig figs based on just how many digits are shown in the conversion here. And you'll see that as you go throughout, there's a few down here, there's one that says exact as well. So you'll be able to find those on the form. Okay, so now we'll move on to this next point. This next line is just some information, some questions to jog your thinking about how you might go about solving this problem. So the question is this primarily a conversion problem? Yes, we're asked specifically to convert from feet to meters. Both are a length measurement unit, so that should be relatively straightforward. Would drawing a diagram help? You might have a different answer to this, but in my opinion it would not, so I'm going to say no. That would be a waste of my time. And no chemical reaction is occurring. I'm just comparing the length in one unit to turn it into a length in a different unit. So we're going to set this up as a conversion problem. Then I'm going to go ahead and start with the given information over here, 15.3 feet. And I'm going to try to convert that to meters, and I'm just right now going to work on a plan for this problem. So first I'm just going to sort of make a plan for this problem. You don't have to do it exactly this way, but it's a good idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to think to get from feet to meters first, because I have this conversion that up here, I'm going to look up here, I have a conversion that converts from feet to inches, so I could convert to inches first because I know I have that conversion there that'll do that. And then I could probably convert from inches into meters because I have a conversion here that converts inches to meters. So that's going to be my plan, and I'm going to use the 1 foot equals 12 inches conversion here, and the 1 meter equals 39.37 inches conversion over here in that step of the conversion. So now let's actually go ahead and write out the full solution for this problem. 15.3 feet. The conversion says 1 foot equals 12 inches, so since I'm trying to cancel feet at this stage of the conversion, I'm going to put the 1 feet part of that equation on the bottom. 1 foot is equal to 12 inches, and the 12 inches part goes on top. Then I need to do the same thing with the next conversion. I have this equality is 1 meter equals 39.37 inches, so I need to put the inches side unit on the bottom, so 39.37 inches. And then on top, I need to put 1 meter, the other side of that equality. So my feet divided by feet will cancel. Anything divided by itself is just the number 1. My inches will cancel with inches, and I'll end up with the unit of meters, which was the unit I was being asked to find. So now I just need to go ahead and plug this number into my calculator. So I will do that really quickly. I'm just going to go ahead and plug in 15.3 times 12 divided by 39.37. I don't need to include the ones because anything times 1 is just itself. And I'll go ahead and hit enter. And I get my answer to this is 4.6 4.634449. I can keep going. I'll stop there for now. And my unit, of course, is meters. That's what I stopped with. So now I need to go back up here and say 3 sig figs is what I was going to round this to. So I have 1, 2, 3 sig figs. So my final answer will be 4.66 meters. And if that had been a number bigger, 5 or bigger, if it had been 4.665 or 4.667, then I would have rounded that up to 4.67 to get the correct thing. Then last, and this is an important step, it says check is your answer reasonable. And a meter, yeah, it's a bigger measurement than a foot, so it's pretty reasonable that 15.3 feet would turn into 4.66 meters. So I'm just going to say yes, it is a reasonable answer. Slightly funny story is that I previously demonstrated this technique to a couple people, and I was converting from centimeters to meters in that problem. And each time I totally accidentally wrote down centimeters as my answer instead of writing down meters. So that step of actually checking the answer, saying centimeters, oh man, I just realized I had just literally totally written the wrong unit. And so that actually saved me from getting it wrong in front of them, because I wrote down centimeters and then I checked myself and changed the unit back to what it was supposed to be. So that's it. Hope you've enjoyed this video.